In today's Mad Life Idiot in His Garage series, we're going to take this standard st150 bonnet and make it a custom one-off bonnet. Let's get to it. So we've offered up the vents, we like where they're going to sit, so we're going to take them back off. We've already unbolted the bonnet, we've actually disconnected the washer jets as well, so that's all done, so I can literally lift it off the car, bring it into the garage, get it prepped, start with the cutting. Right, I've just made up a little bench down here with my spare wheels and stuff, so just get it prepped. Okay, I'll speed this bit of video up for you because you don't need to watch the full length version. You can see what I'm doing here. I'm masking up the bonnet. Now this is going to help protect the paint when we are cutting. So you can see, just put the bonnet vent on there where it's going to go. Tape up the other side. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to get black bag and I'm going to tape that to the centre and then to the outside. So any that gets flicked up won't go on the paint and it will protect that paint a little bit. Okay, now all the prep's done, we're going to turn this over because we want to have a look at the underside of the bonnet, because we want to make sure we work with the bonnet so it's still got structure and it doesn't fall apart when you try closing it. So we're just going to do a lot of measuring here to make sure we know where it is so we don't cut into too much of that underbody reinforcement. Okay, so we've taken all the measurements from the underside, so let's put it back down on the front again. So we can now make measurements on the front, mark up where these vents should be. And as somebody once told me, measure twice, cut once. So we'll take all these measurements and we'll share them on the other side as well. Well, on to our next stage. We've just drawn around the vent. Now we're drawing around the inside of the vent, not the outside of the vent, because you want to make sure that you're only getting the piece that you're actually, the vent's going to sit into. If you cut this too wide, it's going to be too late. You're not going to be able to fit the vent. So as before, make sure you do everything step by step. Get the right sizing, double check everything before you cut. Now we're happy with our placement and all our measurements, we're going to draw around our cardboard template, and then what we're going to do is we're going to copy that to the other side of the bonnet so we can make sure both sides are exactly the same. Okay, once we're happy with that, everything is in position where it needs to be, and then we will get cutting. So here we go, point of no return. Well, just a quick interruption to thank today's video sponsor, Dragon Car Alarms, who can do all of your audio and security needs, from Attachment approved alarms and immobilizers to a full tracker system. Their telephone number's down here, but you can also visit them on their website. Right, let's get back to the video, let's go. Just take your time, do obviously go to your lines that you've already put. You'll notice that I keep on stopping and starting because I forgot to actually charge my grinder. But you'll see I'm not just using the grinder, I'm also going to be using the Dremel to go down those corners to make sure everything's as it should be as I'm cutting. The grinder's just too big for this. Okay, that's all the cutting done now. Now it's time to release the top panel away from the underside of the bonnet. Here we go, and there you go, this is the top panel done. Now I'm just cutting the actual underside of the bonnet here. Now the reason I'm doing it this way is so I've got guidelines when I go underneath here. So you can see I'm now cutting the bits and pieces from the underside because I had reference from the top cuts. Once we've got all this cut off, we'll be able to lay the vent on and see how it sits. There's the underside cut, let's flip it back over. So with all the noise and the cutting, I actually didn't realise my camera had switched off. I actually tested the vent and the vent was sitting absolutely perfect. So now what I'm doing is I'm just tidying up all those cuts with my Dremel just to smooth them all off. And here comes my glamorous assistant just to paint that bare metal. So we've got the proper performance blue and she's just going around and she's going to paint all of the little bits, all of the metal that you can see, bare metal, to make sure that it doesn't rust. We definitely don't want it to rust. So now we're taking off all of that masking tape, then we're going to have to give it a good clean up because we want to stick the vent directly to the bonnet. So let's get that done and let's see what it looks like. give it a quick detail. Sticky to clear, stick to it. Tidy little cut. Right, now this is the vent that we obviously are going to be going into, like so. We're going to use the adhesive that they supply. So we want to make sure we use plenty of this. We've got our standing box cutter to be able to slice it when it gets to the end. Let's just prep this up. I don't want to put it right on the edge because I don't want to see it, but I do want it to seal off. So again, just going to slice it. And then we're going to overlap a little bit, and then I'm going to cut that in a second. Apply a bit of heat to stiffies. Oh, that was one. And a bit on the bonnet. You didn't see that I detailed the bonnet, by the way. I put a bit of detail on to clean it up. Looks like it's already stuck down pretty bloody well. What I am going to do, and I've burnt my hand, is find a tape and stick that down with a bit of tape to hold it down a bit further.
What, big tape or masking tape?
Masking. We've got a little one here.
I've got a big one too.
I don't know where it was. Just going to try to stick it to the edge and then give it a bit of extra help. Okay, as you can see, we've now flipped to the other side. I'm just heating that tape up again to stick it to the bonnet. Something I didn't video because I didn't think about putting the camera back on is I did use Silkaflex round the outside edges, and to be honest with you, that just goes off so much better than any of this tape. We did add weight at the end of the bonnet vent, so when it did stick down, it was stuck properly to the bonnet. Everything is now sealed off great, and I've got to say I'm really happy with the way this came out. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do hit that like button. If you're not already subscribed, why not? Hit the subscribe button. It costs nothing and it does a lot for the channel. Well, we hope to catch you in another video and a show very, very soon. Take care.